What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name's Brad, and today's video is all about installing some Aerocatch hood latches onto the WRX. I went ahead and already uninstalled the OEM hood latch just to make mock-up a little bit easier, and although this video is about installing it on the WRX, it can also be used as a tutorial because it's pretty much universal on any car that you want to install these on. First things first, we need to figure out where we want to install the strike pins at. So to install the strike pins, what most people do is they use the stock rubber bump stops for the hood. With the WRX, it actually has two locations. That first goes right here, and then it has a second location with a rubber bump stop on the hood itself that lands down right here. So if I were to do the outer ones, it would put the hood latch about right there, right above the headlight. But if I were to do the inner ones, it puts it a little more inline towards the center of the car, and I think I like that look a lot better. So I think we're going to be using this location right here. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and measure exactly where I want to drill for the strike pin, and then I'll get those installed. Because of the location that I chose, I am going to have to remove this and maybe possibly the headlight to be able to get behind to thread the strike pin nut on. Unfortunately, you can't access that area from the back right here, so you have to go through the front. There we go, so the headlight is removed. It gives us plenty of room right here to get that strike pin in and get that nut threaded on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to that side, and then we'll go ahead and start measuring both sides so that we can drill evenly and get the strike pin in. Both strike pins are installed. As you can see, it just barely fits in there. Sometimes you have to trim part of the strike pin off to get it to fit in. It just barely goes all the way down. It almost touches the edge, but it doesn't, so we're good to go. I have it back down almost completely all the way. I went ahead and removed the hood bump stops up there as well. As you can see, it's basically just a little grommet. It pushes in to a little hole. I originally wanted to see if I could get these strike pins to go directly through the hole, but where the grommet was sitting, it was sitting on the outer side right here. It was just pushed too far into the edge, so I went ahead and decided on both sides to bring it out a little bit farther. And normally, most cars, you don't even have those holes. It would be more like the outer ones that I have, where it has a grommet on this side, and that's the hole that you put the strike pin in, and then it just has a flat spot up here on the hood like this does. But now what we have to do is figure out where we need to drill into the hood to get the strike pin to go through. And I already kind of know I'm gonna hit on the outer edge, but to get an exact location, I'm gonna go ahead and use some old toothpaste. And you can just take this toothpaste and I'll put a little bit on the edge right up here. And then when you close the hood down, it'll make a spot on the top of the hood up there, and that's where you have to drill through. Now you can also use something like grease. I had some old toothpaste, so I decided I'll go ahead and just use that. Alright, you can see right up here where it made the mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole through there. I'll put some masking tape on this side first, just so the paint doesn't get messed up, and then we'll go ahead and drill all the way through the hood. You wanna, if your strike pin's at an angle, you wanna make sure you're kind of drilling at that angle. You don't wanna drill straight up, otherwise the strike pin's not gonna go through correctly. By the way, having one of these spring-loaded punches makes it way easier to drill exactly where you want to drill. Kind of hard to see, but I punched right there. And basically that just helps keep the drill bit from wandering around, so you get it exactly where you want to drill. There we are, guys. The holes are all drilled and the strike pin is now going all the way through the hood. Your holes don't have to be exact because you're going to be cutting this area out anyways for the hood latch. I also forgot to mention that's a good idea to cover the engine up. I went ahead and used a tarp just so that when you're doing any drilling or cutting, you're not getting a whole bunch of metal shavings in your engine bay. Just help protect things. Now, some of the kits come with a little template. This one didn't, however. I'm not sure what the difference is, if it's just like the year that it came out, whether or not it has a template, but mine didn't come with one. Instead, it just tells you to basically use the backing plate of the hood pin latch. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the backing plate and just turn it upside down, and then I'll take the hood latch, we'll throw it on top there, and then when you latch it, basically I just have to orient this exactly where I want it, and then I'm gonna take some more tape and just tape the bottom plate down, and then remove this, and I can use this backing plate as a trace. So I'll trace it out, and then that's where I'll cut the hood in order to fit the hood latch. Guys, hood latches are all complete. Car's back together. They're looking pretty good and they work really well. Once you get it all installed, the strike pins might need to be adjusted a little bit. Mine are a little bit beat up just from mocking them up, so it's just something to keep in mind, that they do get beat up really easily. The kit does come with these little rubber bump stops that you can put over your strike pins. You trim them down to size, you can put them over if you need them. My car has these adjustable outer ones, so I really don't need them, but that's all there is to it, guys. Pretty easy mod, it's not hard to do, and I think it looks really cool too. At some point I am gonna have to remove the old hood latch release cable. It goes through the driver fender and then through the firewall. And I think it is worth mentioning that they do have locking hood latches. If you feel like you need locking ones, or if you think that's a better choice, they have those as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right there, guys. Thanks for watching and take it easy.